Good morning, and welcome to your daily Farm and Home Show, brought to you by the University of Kentucky Cooperative Extension Service. And now, here's your host.
Good morning and welcome back to the Farm and Home Show. My name's Kristin Hildabrand and I'll be your host. We're continuing on talking about horses this morning with Janet Turley. She's our Extension Youth Development for 4-H here in Warren County. Glad to have you back with us, Janet.
Thank you.
Now, I know that we're always trying to add new things as far as technology goes. It seems like technology is always adding and changing, but you've got a new app that you want to talk about this morning.
I do want to talk about a new app for your phone. There is an app for that. And with all the people that ride horses these days and for pleasure or for competition and things like that, you know, occasionally people do fall off horses. And I've done my share as a child falling off horses and getting those head concussions. And so now there's an app as far as trying to determine if your head concussion, if you need to go to the hospital. Of course, if you have a head concussion, go to the hospital. Yeah. That's no question there. But if you fall off and you're like, oh, you know, I don't know if this is going to be serious enough to go to the hospital, they now have an app for that. And so the University of Kentucky equine program, along with UK Health and lots of other people, created this app to help people determine whether or not they should go to the hospital if they fall off of a horse. And they've had this in the sporting industry for a long time. You know, if kids in football practices or whatever, if they get some type of a head injury, there's a protocol that they have to go through and do like a checklist. But a lot of times when people are out riding their horses, they're not going to carry the checklist with them, the protocol. And so they created an app to go on your phone. And so when it's a free downloadable app. You can either go to Google Play or to the App Store and download that. And so the download is if you'll just search for Saddle Up Safely.
Saddle Up Safely.
Saddle Up Safely, and then they'll pull that off the App Store. And so what it is, and I've got this on my phone. I went ahead and downloaded that, but it's very, very simple. And so there is information on there for injury and concussion assessment. So if somebody really does fall off their horse, they go through the checklist. Did they have their helmet on, or did they not have their helmet on? What does, you know, how bad does their head hurt, or do they have abdominal pain? Or there's lots of different questions that you walk yourself through. And it'll just go from page to page. And when you get done, and before you get done, it might say call 911 immediately, or it might let you go through, and it might say you're okay to drive yourself or to get somebody to drive you to the hospital. Or it might be okay that maybe tomorrow you need to go to the doctor. So it walks you through some very specific steps. But it also has a return to riding protocol. And so if you do go to the doctor and they said, you know, you need to have just straight rest. Well, what does straight rest mean? It does not mean go to the barn and go ride your horse. It doesn't mean even go groom your horse. So there's different protocols as far as if it's a light activity, or if it's okay to ride, or if it's okay to go ahead and compete. So there's a different checklist for that. And then there's also emergency cards. And then on this website, there's also safety publications that you can click on. And some of the safety publications are how to trailer your horse safely, or it might talk about diseases of horses or different things that really a horse owner ought to know. So this is a very informative and educational app that I think just about anyone that rides horses or helps children with horses, it might be your horse club leaders, it might be parents, it might be coaches, whoever that is, this will be a really, really good app to have on their phone.
Is there any cost involved with obtaining that app?
The app was free.
Okay.
And so, and along with that, again, there's lots of resource information for them. And I highly recommend downloading that and checking it out.
And you said it's new, so it's something that's not been out too awful long.
It's brand new, hot off the press. And again, the University of Kentucky Equine Department has worked on that, also along with UK Healthcare. And then there's lots of other partners that have worked on this as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And it's nice that all of it's available on our phones, because we take our phones everywhere we go nowadays.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. And some of the other things I wanted to talk about is in addition to that, as far as safety is concerned, I've got a helmet over here, but everyone should be wearing a helmet. And I know that sometimes it's not cool to wear a helmet, but it's something that everyone ought to be doing.
Yes, well, Janet, we appreciate you being on the show with us this morning. Make sure you check out the new app or contact your local extension office for more info.
If you have questions about today's topic, please call the Warren County Extension Office at the number on your screen. Thanks for watching and have a great day.